What's up, guys? You are just in time for today's waiver wire video, week 5. We keeping it rolling. Let's jump right into it. If you're going to stream a quarterback this week, I have 3 options for you. Caleb Williams at number 1. Yes, I understand he's been very unproductive and very unpredictable and pretty much not really startable. He had one big game, and that was only because he threw 50-plus passes. But at the end of the day, he's playing the Panthers at home. If this season has proven anything, it's that the Carolina Panthers are going to give up points in bunches. And if there's any game that's going to be a get-right game for Caleb Williams, it's got to be this game. Carolina Panthers at home. You can feel comfortable starting Caleb Williams. Let's not forget, week 5, there are a couple of bye weeks. So if you have a quarterback that's on bye, you can feel comfortable picking up Caleb Williams. Another quarterback to mention at the streaming position, if you had Anthony Richardson, you probably wasn't playing him, but you never know. You might have had him. He seems to be pretty good, and if it was a playoff game, he probably would have came back into the game. That being said, this is not the playoff. They want to rest him. If they can give him at least a week, they've seen what Joe Flacco is capable of. He can run the offense. Pick him up. He's a viable streaming option, mainly because he plays the Jaguars. And again, we're talking about probably the worst team in the NFL. We've seen what Joe Flacco did. He came into the game. He started slinging the ball. Xavier Legette, Deontay Johnson, Chuba Hubbard. He's got weapons around him. They might be B-plus weapons, but the weapons at the end of the day, and you could do worse than Joe Flacco. Probably my favorite streaming option is Brock Purdy at home against the Cardinals. Again, the Cardinals are going to give up points in bunches. We've seen Jaden Daniels last week just throw all over them. Brock Purdy is going to be the same, and the weapons are coming back healthy. George Kittle is healthy. Brandon Ayuk seems to be getting back in shape. Juwan Jennings, the emergence of him. You also got Deebo Samuel, 1 week healthier, coming back from his injury. So give me Brock Purdy at home. He should be not only a good streaming option, but a good start of the week. At the running back position, you can drop Blake Corum. He is no longer the handcuff that you want. And for Kyren Williams and this Los Angeles Rams offense, it's Ronnie Rivers. Now, again, I'm not saying he's going to be a league winner by any means, but if Kyren Williams gets hurt for whatever reason and has to miss time, Ronnie Rivers is the guy, not Blake Corum. So if Ronnie Rivers is on your waiver wire and you see the Kyren owner picking on Blake Corum thinking he has his backup, wrong. It's Ronnie Rivers. And this running back is probably someone who I would waste my number 1 waiver wire on, and I would throw a lot of fab at, is Trey Sermon. Jonathan Taylor seemed to get a high ankle sprain, and he's probably going to miss some time, at the very least 1 to 2 weeks. Pick up Trey Sermon. You have a spot start. Again, you have a lot of buys this week. You might need a spot start at the running back position. Worst case scenario, you pick him up, keep him away from the Jonathan Taylor owner, and you can trade him and get some pieces for someone who's probably only going to miss 1 or 2 weeks, but it's a benefit to you and a benefit to him to lock up that backfield. Someone who I would recommend picking up as a stash, you're not going to be able to play him this week, obviously, is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Rashee Rice, we see him go down with the injury. What is this passing offense without Rashee Rice? Pretty much what he looked like last year. They're probably going to end up being a more rushing offense. They're going to dink and dunk when they need to, but they're going to rely on their defense and rushing the ball, which means you want a piece of this rushing attack. Kareem Hunt seemed to take control of the backfield in his first game back. Carson Steele seemed to be in the doghouse after that fumble. And Samaje Perine is just a piece in the offense. He's obviously not the workhorse back. But Clyde Edwards-Helaire, we've seen him have success in this offense. Pick him up as a stash. You never know. At the wide receiver position, Andy Dalton, we've seen as soon as he come in, he's starting to sling the ball. He's starting to get the ball to his receivers. Xavier Legette is a wide receiver I would love to pick up. Obviously, Deontay Johnson is the wide receiver 1, but Xavier Legette is the wide receiver 2. We've seen him have a breakout game this week. 6 catches, 66 yards, and a touchdown. And there's probably more of that moving forward. If Andy Dalton continues to have the starting job, and we're not sure when Bryce Young is going to get it back, if that, Xavier Legette is a valuable piece in your offense. And if something happens to Deontay Johnson, a trade, an injury, Xavier Legette moves to that wide receiver 1. We're not really sure how long Devontae Adams is going to be out. As a Raiders fan, I'm hoping it was just a 1-week thing, but you never know with these hamstring injuries. They could linger, and they might want to keep him out and hold him out 1 more week just in case. So you can pick up guys like Trey Tucker and Jacoby Myers. Trey Tucker seems to be not only the downfield threat, but someone that this offense is going to get manufactured touches for. And again, as a Raiders fan, I'm loving that. I would love to have Devontae Adams back on the field. But again, if I have Devontae Adams, or even just if I need a piece, if I need a spot start with the bye starting fresh, you can look at guys like Trey Tucker and Jacoby Myers, who's going to be the wide receiver 1 in this offense. Speaking of trades, Amari Cooper is on the trade block, so to speak. You never know. He might get traded to the Chiefs. He might not. But again, this is someone I would probably stash. Jerry Jeudy, regardless of Amari Cooper, if he gets traded or not, he seems to have the eye of Deshaun Watson. He seems to be the wide receiver 1 and the receiver to own in Cleveland, not Amari Cooper, unfortunately. At the tight end position, this is really a crapshoot because the tight end position is just crazy this year. Even the top end guys don't seem to be producing. Mark Andrews has a big 0 2 weeks in a row. Kyle Pitts big zero. Travis Kelce finally had his first double-digit game of the week, 4 games into the season, which is crazy. So again, you can do a lot worse, but Cade Otton seems to be the third receiving option in his Bucs offense, and Baker Mayfield seems to be continuing what he did last year, slinging the rock, getting the ball to his receiving options, and doing work. Cade option, again, you can do worse at the tight end position. Now that Jordan Love is back, you want pieces of this Green Bay offense. Tucker Kraft is not only a decent tight end, but a decent receiving option in this offense, especially with Christian Watson going out. The top guys, Dontavian Wicks, Romeo Doubs, and Jaden Reed is obviously going to get a lot more attention, but so will Tucker Kraft. If you're tired of the Kyle Pitts experience, you can pick up Tyler Kraft and you can start him this week. And last but not least, at the tight end position, Colby Parkinson, Cooper Kupp, and Puka Nacua seem to be missing a few more weeks, 3 to 4 more weeks at the very least. So these Rams receiving options are starting to ramp up and starting to become pieces that you don't necessarily can't stay away from, but you really need to own these guys just in case, even when Puka and Cooper Kupp decide to come back and they re-injure themselves, you have a lasting long option for the rest of the season. Again, by no means am I saying these are top 5 plays at the tight end position, but at the waiver wire, you're gonna take what you can get. In my stash of the week, I'm going to say DeAndre Hopkins. I know what you're thinking. Will Levis is terrible. Why would you want a piece of this Titans offense? Well, he did get hurt on Monday Night Football. Mason Rudolph came on and he looked a little bit better, but that's not why I'm stashing him. I'm stashing him because this trade deadline is coming up in the next couple of weeks, and if the Titans continue their winless ways, as of right now, they're 0-3. Again, Monday Night Football is going on right now, so I'm not sure what they're going to be by the time you guys see this recording, but either way, 1-3, 0-4, it doesn't really matter. They are a terrible offense, and if they are deciding to trade DeAndre Hopkins to a better team, it's only an upgrade from here on out. So stash DeAndre Hopkins just in case. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.